Om Shanti. Today Baba has asked us to have balance of karma and yoga, and that is what would make us a karam yogi. And yesterday also we talked about how we are, all through the day we are doing karma, but how am I while I'm doing them, and whose remembrance am I in while I spend the whole day doing action. That is what determines the quality of my action. And the quality of my action pretty much determines the quality of my life, because I'll only get as I give. And when I take from the ocean, when I take from the one who is always full, when I take from the one who has the purest and the highest to give, then the quality and quantity of what I give and how much I can give changes. And consequently, what life can offer to me will also change. This is why Baba says you have to be a karam yogi. And today Baba is talking about not making time your teacher. And Baba says you should be the creator of time rather than time being the creator of you. People say that I am a product of my time. Yes, so, and people say that time is a teacher. But it is also said that time is a very harsh teacher. And when you learn from time, it leaves you bruised. And then you need time to heal from those bruises. And what I have learned on this journey is, when you have Baba as your teacher, don't make time your teacher. Because if you have the ocean of love as your teacher, then you definitely don't want the harsh teacher called time to teach you something. Because Baba is teaching us with so much love that we can learn the same lessons or even, better ones with fullness in our heart, and with, Baba is healing and teaching and caressing and nurturing and fulfilling all at once. So we definitely don't want time to be our teacher. We want Baba to be our teacher. Let me read out the blessing before I explain it to you. It's very deep and very interesting today. The blessing today is, may you be a master creator and bring time close on the basis of your fullness and perfection. The explanation is, time is your creation and you are a master creator. The creator is not dependent on the creation. The creator makes the creation dependent on him. And this is why you must never think that you will be made perfect by time. You have to become full and perfect and bring time close. In any case, when any obstacle comes, it will definitely go away according to the time. But transform it before that time with your power of transformation, and you will receive the credit for it. If your transformation is based on time, then you will not get any credit. Okay, so one thing is that, I conducted one session some time back about create while you wait. So we will definitely, everything will happen according to the drama plan. It's not like if you make too much effort, then Satyug will come one day before it's supposed to come. No. But the thing is, if I make Baba my teacher, then I will not be desperately waiting for Satyug to bring happiness to me. I will be creating Satyug by creating happiness in and around me while the world of happiness is coming. Okay, so there is a difference between these two approaches. And you see, the beautiful thing is, ultimately, time will also teach us the same lessons, or time is already teaching us the same lessons that Baba is teaching us. Yes, Baba is teaching us to go within, don't go out. Time is also teaching us go within, don't go out these days. Yes, Baba is teaching us purity. Time is also teaching us purity. Look at how time taught us how to cook and eat on our own. In this whole 1.5 years last, time taught you the lesson of how to take pure food, cook on your own and eat on your own. And then time taught us detachment. Yes, time taught us how to, even when somebody in the family is ailing, you can't be there for them. You can only serve them spiritually. You cannot give them physical assistance. And it's very important to evaluate whether we are actually in a position to serve someone spiritually, or we keep crying over whether we are not able to, serve them physically. So there are some souls who did not understand or who were not prepared for this scene in the drama, and then because they couldn't serve someone physically, they kept giving them negativity spiritually also, because they were sorrowful and they were hurt because of that. And they added to the pain because of that. So time is teaching us to become detached. Time is teaching us the importance of spiritual seva rather than physical presence. Time is also teaching us purity of food. Time is teaching us how to go within instead of going outside. Slowly, time will teach us other lessons also, like celibacy. Yes, and time will teach us many other things that Baba is teaching us. But the thing is, if you learn from time, then you're bruised in the process. You don't, time is a harsh teacher, and just look at all those people who are learning from time and how desperate they are becoming because they are learning from time, and time is forcing them to learn this. They are not becoming happy, or they are not enjoying the process. Can you see souls around you who are learning from time and they are not enjoying the process? Yes, and then they are blaming the time, and then they are not thanking time for teaching them because they don't even value the teaching that time is giving them. And here there is Baba teaching us the same things with so much love and understanding. And Baba is also asking us to go within. Baba is also asking us to detach. Baba is asking us to create a pure lifestyle. Baba is teaching us spiritual seva. Baba is teaching us all of this. But look at how Baba, the Supreme Teacher, is teaching. First, he gives me a lot of love. Then he explains to me the why and what of his teachings. Yes, he doesn't just force me to change. He's teaching with so much love that he's explaining why do you need to change and what is it that needs to change. And then he is giving me the strength, the wisdom to choose what's good. It's not forced on me. Baba never says, if you're not doing as I say, from tomorrow you're not admitted in the class. Baba is making us choose by giving me the power to discern and choose the right thing. And I think this is the best quality in Baba. Like, there are many ways to change, but the most attractive and beautiful way to change that change is your choice. And Baba really empowers our buddhi, which discerns and decides in such a good way that we are able to choose the good. Because according to Kaliyugi sanskars, we are only choosing what's bad and doing everything good by force. Because our sanskars have become tamo pradhan. Now Baba is giving me the third eye of wisdom. He is awakening understanding within me. He is giving me the discernment and the power to decide. He's really empowering my buddhi in such a way that I'm choosing all that time is trying to teach me. And then another beautiful thing is that Baba is making me prepared before time tests my preparedness. And so time is not able to hurt me. Time is not able to give me that feel of, going through a big test or going through a challenge. I feel like I'm ready for everything before it's coming. And it's become a child's play to cross every scene in the drama. So let me tell you one thing. When COVID started, so everybody was confused and they were very stressed about what's happening. And Baba's children only said one thing: oh, this is what Baba kept telling, so we are already prepared. So we have our own timetable, we have our own, we can be with ourselves, we know how to take care of people around us spiritually, even when we are not able to help them physically, or we are able to, we know how to not magnify the problem by adding our thoughts to it. So all these things were already there in. So again, Baba's children, there are some who listen and practice, and there are some who only listen, don't practice. So again, for those children, time became the teacher. So there are some children who didn't purify their food, and they only learned how to do it when this time came. But there are others who already were in the habit of taking pure food and cooking their own food. So for them, it was not much of a change, and nothing changed actually. And work from home was very pleasurable, because the only burden that was taken away was commuting and going from here to there, and other things remained the same. So Baba says very beautifully today that never think that you will be made perfect by time. Baba has come, and Baba is teaching us how to become the best version of ourselves. So don't make time your teacher. Baba says you have to become full and perfect and bring time close. So you have to create the vibration that sets that energy in motion, which brings time close. But Baba also says very beautifully that in any case, when any obstacle comes, it will definitely go away according to the time. Yes, so there is a time for Satyug to come, there is a time for an obstacle to go, and it's not like it'll go sooner because you are listening to Baba. No, but Baba says you can transform it before that time with your power of transformation, and you will receive the credit for it. So Baba says, even if the obstacle is there, you can transform it. And do you remember in yesterday's Murli, Baba talked about the power of transformation in the blessings. And who can tell me what Baba said about the power of transformation in the blessing? Who will share that? Yes? So now you see that we read a Murli, but do we actually imbibe the Murli? Because if we are not imbibing the Murli, then we are not getting what Baba is giving us, because Baba is giving us such deep understanding and power through the Murli. But if we don't take in Baba's words, then how will we use it during the day? So in the blessing yesterday, Baba talked about how to transform, when somebody is coming and having a body conscious vision for you. Okay, let's take one very simple example. So many people say that my boss doesn't treat me well. Okay, and maybe your boss doesn't treat you well because you're from a certain caste, or you look a certain way, or you belong to a certain religion, or you are of a certain gender. So maybe your boss has a problem. If she's a female, she has a problem with you being a man, or If he's a man, he has a problem with you being a woman. So somebody has body conscious vision for you. And then that becomes a problem sometimes. But Baba says, instead of waiting for the boss to change, what you do is you change your vision for him or her, and then their vision will change as a consequence of that. Okay, somebody looks at you body consciously. You know what? When somebody is body conscious, their drishti makes you body conscious. That's the problem, you know. If you are in an environment where there's gender bias, then what happens is you become very protective and defensive of your gender there. Because the vibration in and around you is making you gender conscious. But if you can stay soul conscious, then you can change that environment with your consciousness. So this is the ability to transform. And Baba, let me read out yesterday's blessing also, so that you will find meaning in it. So yesterday Baba says, if someone insults you, transform the insult into upliftment in a second. And how can you do that? Now you just see the process. When somebody insults you and you take that insult, then what do you become? You become an embodiment of that insult. Yes? And then you become the living image of what they said to you. Do you understand that? If somebody called you ugly, then what you do is you take that thing and then you lose your charm on the face because you took that insult and you actually become ugly. Yes? So Baba says, if somebody gives you something that's not true, what's an insult? You say they are giving you something that's not true about you. But if you take it, then it becomes true. If you take it, then it becomes part of you. It becomes part of your consciousness. It becomes part of your vibration, and you actually prove them right. Okay? Somebody says you have low confidence and you lose your confidence because they said you have low confidence. So Baba says somebody insults you means according to you they are giving you something that's not true about you. Then you have the power to transform it by staying in the consciousness of the opposite of what they are giving you. And then with this, you will be able to create a different atmosphere. And although that person will continue to be in and around you, and they will continue to be who they are, you have fortified yourself with your, auric field, and you have created that aura around you about who you are and who you belong to and about the truth of who you are. And then their words or the vibrations they are creating will not be able to affect you. So this is the power of transformation. And Baba says that, another thing Baba says is, if someone comes in front of you to test you with his sanskars or nature, then with the awareness of one, adopt your elevated sanskars and nature of a merciful heart. Let's say someone has the habit of using foul language, okay, and instead of, so it's their sanskar to use foul language, but you stay in the remembrance of that one. What does it mean to stay in the remembrance of that one? You don't identify with this person. That is, sometimes, somebody would say that my husband behaves like this or my wife behaves like this, and I get annoyed. But do you get annoyed because, 1 crore people behave a certain way in the world? No, you're not annoyed because of how everybody is behaving in the world. But then why are you getting annoyed because of this one person? Because you think this is my so-and-so. Yes, so when you see somebody's sanskars, first thing you do is, you remind yourself, this is not mine. Mine is one Baba. I belong to that one. Okay, and then it won't be able to affect you. And then what you can do is, you can adopt an attitude of mercifulness. And you can stay anchored in your elevated sanskars. What is your elevated sanskar? Treating them with love and care and belonging, despite their sanskars, whatever they may be. And then when you are able to do that, not because they belong to you, but because you belong to him. Yes, sometimes you continue to give love and care, but because they belong to you. And then what happens is they start taking advantage of that. Because there is love, but there is no spiritual purity or power in that equation. But when you do it because you belong to him, then you are caring, you are loving, you exude this vibration of belonging, but then there is this vibration of detachment also. And when this is there, then there is transformation in the other person also. Yes. And do you understand, there was this young girl who once came to the center, and she gave me a very big gem of knowledge. She told me, my mother is always after me to study. All the time she's after me. Why don't you study? You study, you finish your homework, you do this, you do that. And then I said, so you should study, right? If you don't study, how will you do well in life? You have to study, right? So she said, if it's about me, if this whole thing is about me, and if I study, I get good marks, or I fail, I lose, then why does it look like my mother is going to lose if I fail? She told me that she was a little girl, and she told me, I never feel that I will lose if I fail. I've never been driven to that point. I always feel that my mother and father will lose if I fail. And I don't care about their losing. I care about my loss. I don't care about their loss. Do you get this? Whenever you are giving a piece of advice to somebody, and you are in this my consciousness, you are not able to send that message to them that they're doing it for themselves. And that it doesn't matter to you, it's for them. You say it 100 times, we say it 100 times. It's about you, it's good for you, I'm thinking about your good, it doesn't matter to me. But then the message you're sending through words and the message you're sending through your vibration is very different. Because when you're attached to somebody, then the message they receive is you're doing it for yourself. And a human soul in the end of Kali Yuga is very, very selfish. You don't do anything for anybody. You only do things when you realize it's for yourself. So that's the thing. So Baba says, when you see somebody is displaying a bad sanskar, you know that A, you are in your self-respect, so it doesn't hurt you. B, you are not in the consciousness of mind with that other person. You know you belong to that one Baba, and it doesn't matter how they are behaving or what they are doing with their life is their business. And then you are able to adopt a merciful attitude because that's Baba's Srimad. And you're able to give them what Baba wants to give them. And then that thing reaches them and they transform. So it's not what you say or do, it's what you're holding inside that matters too much. It's your attitude, your consciousness, whether you are in attachment, whether you're doing it under the influence of a vice or you're doing it in a merciful state, that matters a lot. So today Baba is talking about you can transform, and let me read out the whole blessing of yesterday. Then Baba says, when someone comes in front of you with bodily vision, transform their vision into soul conscious vision. They are looking at your body. You don't look at your body or their body. Somebody starts looking at your body, you either start looking at your body or their body. Yes, somebody makes a comment on your body, you start looking at how many comments you can make at their body. But what you have to do is, you have to stay in your soul conscious vision. I am a soul. And they are not talking about me, they are talking about the body, and that's not my business. It's okay. They can comment on the body, it's just a piece of matter. And it doesn't matter, yes? And I am a soul. And you can stay in the consciousness of who you are, and then you will pull them in that consciousness of who they are. Yes, so this is what Baba is saying, and Baba says, in this way you will become a conqueror of obstacles. Now, in today's blessing also Baba says, the obstacle will be there. It will go at the time it is destined to go. But you have already conquered it. You have conquered it in the sense that it doesn't pinch you anymore. You don't mind it being there anymore. Yes, and related to this, Baba also says something very nice. So, sometimes when children ask, Baba, when will Satyug come? And we are very desperate to go to Satyug. Then Baba says, don't you want to live longer with me? So Baba wants us to create Satyug, but Baba doesn't want us to be desperate for Satyug, because you're desperate if you're uncomfortable. But before we go to that land of comfort, we have to find our place of comfort within ourselves. And Baba is giving us all this treasure house of knowledge, attitudes, consciousness, everything, so that we can live in this pretty imperfect world and be completely okay inside. And when you have reached that place, then you belong to Satyug. So Baba says, you should learn enough from me and be so ready that no change in the scene of the drama, which is taking according to time, is able to, upset you or disturb you or confuse you. You're so ready that you are already a conqueror of obstacles. And then you are not waiting for anything to change. It's like you have already created that state which looks like everything has changed for you, and then change will come. This is how you invoke change. Yes, so Baba is telling us that we are the children of the Creator and we are the master creator. So we don't need to, wait for time to change us or time to teach us anything. And in the Murli today, Baba is teaching us very simple method to become this conqueror of obstacles and Maya. And Baba says, I have created this yukti in the drama that when you come to Baba, you realize that you are all children of one parent. Yes, as souls, you are all children of Shiv Baba. And as human beings, you are all children of Brahma Baba and Mama. And Baba says, when you have one parent, what do you become to each other? Brothers and sisters. And when you just allow this consciousness that this world is a family and we are brothers and sisters to each other, if you just let this seed of elevated consciousness to sit inside you, then you will be able to conquer lust and anger very easily. Because you don't think about lust in a brotherly, sisterly relationship. You've been conditioned that way. So you can use this yukti to conquer lust. And you also know that you cannot get angry or you cannot harm your family. So you will be able to conquer your anger that results in harming each other by this consciousness that you are your brother and sister to each other. So this is a very simple yukti, and Baba says, I'm teaching you all the who is who. I'm teaching you who the parent is, who the children are, what is the truth about the relationship between you and the other soul, you and the other person. And if you just allow this knowledge to sit in your buddhi, then this knowledge will give you the power to overcome the vice of lust and anger. And Baba says, I'm teaching you that Shiv Baba is Baba, Prajapita Brahma Baba is Baba, Mama is Mama. And if you just hold this in your intellect, then you will understand very clearly that we belong to one world family and every one around you is a brother and sister. And lust and anger will never be a problem again. Okay, Om Shanti.